right now.
Happening now, the main lanes of Loop 1604 and I-10, as well as the interchange on the northwest side, closed for the weekend due to ongoing construction. The closure includes I-10 from UTSA Boulevard to La Cantera Parkway and Loop 1604 from Vance-Jackson to La Cantera Parkway. TxDOT says the closure will end at tomorrow at 5 in the morning. We also have this map posted for you on KSAT.com. Sarah, it's 31 degrees this morning, and as she's been talking all morning, the temperatures just continue to drop as the morning progresses, and it's going to be even colder Monday morning for that MLK March, possibly not even getting out of freezing temps. Sarah Spivey, good morning. It is Sunday, January 14th at 8 a.m. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah.
Good morning.
It's cold.
Yeah, very cold. And I know we were talking about that closure, I-10, 1604. I had to drive through it. It took me about 25 minutes to get through it. So if you need to plan driving through those areas,
that's
how long.
Half an hour
Yeah,
extra.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But back to the cold, man, that front moved through and you can feel it outside. Take a look at temperatures across our viewing area. It's 30 degrees in San Antonio. Temperatures have continued to fall below freezing in San Antonio, 24 in Kerrville, 29 in New Braunfels, not yet below freezing in Pleasanton and in Hondo, but it'll happen. And then the wind chill this morning, it feels like 20 degrees. It feels like 13 in Kerrville and 16 in New Braunfels. Feels like 9 degrees in Junction. And it's not just cold here. Of course, it's cold across the entire state of Texas. Only 2 degrees in Amarillo, only 14 in Dallas, only 11 in Midland, Odessa. Very cold air, all because of this front, which has yet to move through the Rio Grande Valley. Still 57 degrees down in Brownsville. Now today we're going to get up to 36 degrees, but wind chill all day long in the 20s. We'll have an icy glaze overnight tonight, forming from freezing drizzle, freezing light rain. This is not going to be a very high impact event. I do not anticipate any snapping of tree branches or power outages like our last event, but instead what will happen is a light glazing of ice along elevated surfaces like bridges and overpasses. We'll start tomorrow morning at 25 with wind chills in the teens, struggling to get out of freezing, above freezing on the holiday itself. Even colder Tuesday morning at 21 with wind chills potentially in the single digits. 35 with some sun on Tuesday, and then a final hard freeze on Wednesday morning down near 19. There is a lot to talk about in the forecast, obviously. I'm going to show you which areas have the best chance for that icy glaze overnight tonight into tomorrow, and we'll show you a neighborhood view of how cold wind chills will be on Tuesday morning. Lot to talk about. Forecast coming up.
Sarah, thank you. And how clear the roads are later tonight and into tomorrow is likely one of your top concerns, but officials are warning about the dangers of another type of accident. Our Avery Every looked into the increasing number of motor vehicle pedestrian crashes across San Antonio and what specialists are saying we can all do to change those stats.
A common sight in every corner of San Antonio. People crossing, even in places they're not supposed to.
That's when trouble can happen.
And then cars closely passing by.
And that's a shame. And we keep trending upward.
SAPD reports this problem to only be getting worse. We requested the data for these motor vehicle pedestrian accidents for 2022 and 2023. The total accidents in 2022 were 781, and that number jumped to 2023 with 841 total accidents. Now that's a 60 crash increase between the 1 year, and when you break it down month by month, in 2022, the highest month was October for those crashes. And in 2023, the highest month was December.
We live in a society now where we're kind of glued to our phone, and unfortunately, we're not paying attention to what's going on with our surroundings.
Mark Alonzo owns Ayala Driving School. He says San Antonio's stats for motor vehicle pedestrian accidents are not surprising.
No, not at all.
Behind the wheel, he says drivers can lower the chances of these accidents by staying alert, dropping their speed, and looking out for people crossing outside of intersections.
We do a very poor job of enforcing our jaywalking ordinances.
Even hospitals are noticing this trend. And Jennifer Northway at University Health says there's responsibility for people out there walking too.
We need our eyes and our ears to help us be aware of potential hazards around us.
With a crash that can happen so quick, doctors and drivers say we need to slow down to stay alert, trying to change the statistics for 2024.
And the concern for these crashes is only on the rise with expected weather tonight and into early next week. So if you do have to drive over the next couple of days, the best recommendations from that driving instructor are to slow down and avoid any bridges or overpasses. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Avery, thank you. And you have to get out and drive this week during the winter weather. Make sure you know how your car can be impacted. The colder temperatures can cause low pressure in your tires. It can also crack belts and hoses in your engine and even kill your battery.
And cause the fluid inside to thicken, and then of course it's harder for the battery to turn over to run your vehicle.
To be prepared, AAA says to pay attention to the warning signs of a failing battery. Those include your car not starting immediately and your car lights becoming dim. If possible, keep your car inside when the garage is not in use, unless it's filled with potted plants like mine is right now, and make sure all lights and your wipers are turned off. And TxDOT and Bexar County Public Works are preparing just in case the roads get icy. TxDOT is working today to help defrost any icy roads. Bexar County Public Works says it's also tracking the weather. A spokesperson for the county tells us trucks and equipment are prepared to pre-treat bridges and other structures for ice in the county. So let's take a live look now to see how the major roads are doing. Most likely not seeing any ice out there, like Sarah Spivey said, right now. And what you're looking at, I believe, is the 281-1604 intersection there. Now, that 281 flyover is known to cause trouble when we do get ice on the roads. I know the last year I was out there covering it with Storm Chaser when TxDOT did close down 281. That flyover over 1604 tends to be a trouble area. Any elevated surfaces honestly tend to be the trouble areas when we do get any kind of icy precipitation. And that's why TxDOT is preparing the roads. We don't see them out there right now, but they're going to be out there throughout the day getting that brine on those elevated surfaces just in case we're going to need it tomorrow, like Sarah Spivey has talked about. It's really the elevated surfaces that she says might have that slick ice on the road, so they're preparing them right now. If we see any trucks out there, we'll bring you live coverage. Remember, please stay safe out there. And something we will be keeping an eye on, of course, like we mentioned, is our bridges. As our weather team has been saying, any ice would be light, but if slick spots develop, it's best you know what to do. So AAA recommends avoiding bridges and overpasses if possible, as these areas tend to ice quicker than other parts of the highway, and sometimes ice can be hard to see until it's too late.
If you do hit a slick spot, don't freak out, don't slam on the brakes. Just try to steer and look in the direction you want your vehicle to go.
AAA also recommends having an emergency roadside kit in case you do crash on that ice. Sometimes that kit can include extra gloves, extra layers in case you need to be outside waiting in the elements for help. It's also recommended to have a flashlight and batteries in case it's dark out, and to have jumper cables if your car needs help restarting. CPS Energy says they are ready as well. The company releasing this statement saying, quote, CPS Energy is prepared for winter weather. Facilities are weatherized and crews are on standby. CPS Energy has submitted the required declaration of preparedness for winter weatherization to ERCOT. Weatherization activities are complete to protect critical equipment from freezing temperatures, end quote. But that doesn't mean the airports are always ready. The extreme weather across the country and continued grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX are creating havoc on air travel in the U.S. So there are almost 7,000 delays and 1,400 canceled flights throughout the U.S. That was yesterday because of winter weather. As a winter storm continues to impact large portions of the U.S., the number of cancellations will likely increase in the next coming days. So let's go ahead and take a look at FlightAware's misery map that you can see on the screen. A lot of those cancellations right now really on the northeast side of the country, but also impacting other parts, including Texas right there. There's cancellations in New York, D.C., Chicago, Atlanta, and Miami are the biggest hubs with those delays and canceled flights. 311 delays right now and 80 cancellations happening now. So if you are flying out today, make sure you check your flight status before heading to the airport. We've been talking about the biggest story. It's cold. So if you need a warm place to stay during the freeze, the city and county, they're opening up warming centers along with overnight resiliency centers via offering free rides to these city warming locations. Just look for this article on KSAT.com for a list of locations, bus information, and what you need to bring to these warming centers. Oh my gosh, the temperature continues to drop. We are at 30 degrees right now in San Antonio at 8:11.
It's really the thing we always say, and I say it all the time, predictable is preventable.
San Antonio firefighters say they see an increase in fire hazards during extreme cold weather. After the break, we'll take a look at what they're recommending to some residents. 30 degrees at 8:11. Sarah Spivey says we're going to be in freezing temps for the next couple of hours this morning. Tomorrow, probably not even getting out of those freezing temps. What you need to know about this Arctic blast, she'll break it down for us when we come back. As many of us will be trying to keep warm during this freeze, the San Antonio Fire Department has some reminders when using a space heater. Plug it directly into the wall, not into a surge protector or strip, and keep it away from objects like blankets, carpets, curtains. Also, never leave it unattended. Turn it off, especially if you're walking away from it, and don't leave it on while you're sleeping. Never use a stove or oven to warm your house. SAPD says that can create carbon monoxide poisoning.
Key thing is it's going to be cold, it's going to be miserable, but we just got to stay warm and stay safe.
Last thing to keep in mind, if you end up needing a generator, keep it away from the house, never in the garage or near your HVAC system. And Animal Care Services want pets to be safe and warm inside your home if possible. If you see a pet outside during the freeze, you are asked to call 311 or report it to Animal Care Services website. That link is on your screen. You can also call SAPD's non-emergency line. ACS says animal care officers will be patrolling to check for weather-related violations. There is a zero-tolerance policy for animals left outside during this time. They also want to remind those driving to check near your hood or tires for animals trying to keep warm. Again, ACS asks that you report any animals being left outside during this freeze. And if you have feral cats like I do that refuse to come inside, make them a shelter.
Yeah, you made them a good shelter.
My husband and I spent a long time insulating a kennel and then putting a cooler inside that insulated
they're grateful for that.
Oh, they were in it all night.
Yeah, and I think the important thing to remember, Sarah, is even though we had that devastating winter freeze of 2021, and even though we had a bit of an ice storm last year with tree branches breaking, this stretch of cold is going to pretty much be a walk in the park.
Right.
Compared.
So really no need to panic. And I think when we air all these stories, people get a little like PTSD from that 2021 storm. I saw panic buying yesterday at HEB. And so really there's no need for that.
Well, yes, exactly. I think, though, I will take some time here to explain what we expect. We expect a little of light ice overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, mainly in the form of freezing rain and freezing drizzle. It's 30 degrees in San Antonio, 29 in New Braunfels, 27 in Boerne, 27 in Bandera, 24 in Kerrville, and 27 in Canyon Lake. Brutally cold across the state of Texas. Even for our standards, it's very, very cold. 2 degrees in Amarillo, 14 in Dallas, 8 in Lubbock, and 11 in Abilene. But the wind chill makes it feel like it's 12 below in Amarillo and 2 below in Abilene. 3 below is the wind chill right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It feels like it's 20 degrees in San Antonio, which is plenty cold. But take a look in the northern tier of the United States. That cold Arctic air, that's where the core is. It feels like it's 44 below in Bismarck right now. Absolutely cold. 39 below in Omaha. As As for our forecast in San Antonio, it's going to stay cloudy and blustery all day. You may even see a little bit of patchy drizzle here and there, but that's not really expected to have an impact until later on tonight. It'll be 34 around noon with a wind chill of 25, winds from the northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. 36 for the high today. That's it, with wind chills still in the 20s. And then, as I mentioned, later on tonight, we will see patchy freezing drizzle develop. It really isn't going to have an impact until the later evening hours, mainly after 8 o'clock. But we will likely see a light glazing of ice along bridges and overpasses. Here's a look at the futurecast. You can see that that will occur overnight tonight. This is 4 a.m. all throughout the San Antonio metro area, including the Hill Country, including areas like New Braunfels, Floresville, Pleasanton, Hondo, Nixon, Smiley. All of those areas seeing a light glazing of ice on elevated surfaces. Even into the early morning hours tomorrow, that is possible. So keep in mind that tomorrow morning there will be spots of ice out there on those bridges and overpasses. By about noon, our chance for any precipitation is out of here, and it'll continue to be a cold day. Temperatures are going to struggle to get above freezing in San Antonio. In fact, there's a good possibility that we could spend 48 hours at or below freezing around San Antonio, even longer up in the Hill Country. Again, it's going to be a chilly day tomorrow, barely above freezing, a little bit warmer out to the west, where they will have peaks of sunshine. Speaking of the west, very little chance, little to no chance for any kind of icy impacts. Even around San Antonio and the Hill Country, those icy impacts are going to be minor, meaning the bridges and overpasses, elevated surfaces, likely the only surfaces that are going to be seeing that thin ice, but that can still be dangerous. So please use caution if you absolutely have to drive tomorrow. The main area of ice will be focused from Tyler to Shreveport into Louisiana and parts of Mississippi. That's where there will be moderate icy impacts. That's where there's a winter storm warning. Meanwhile, winter weather advisory for much of Texas, especially that I-35 and I-10 corridor, including here in San Antonio, that's in place for that potential for that light glazing of ice. What's not so usual is for us to get wind chill advisories, wind chill warnings. There's a wind chill advisory in place for much of all of San Antonio, much of our viewing area. And this is because by Tuesday morning, when temperatures are very cold, this is a look at morning lows on Tuesday. 21 is the forecast morning low in San Antonio. In the teens in the Hill Country, we're still going to have a stout wind from the north on Tuesday, which means wind chill values. This is a look at the potential wind chill values. 4 degrees is what it could feel like in San Antonio. It could feel like it's well below 0 up in the Hill Country. If you are sending your kids to school, if they have to wait for the bus, make sure they are bundled up on Tuesday morning. We'll only get to about 35 on Tuesday, another hard freeze on Wednesday, so keep your freeze precautions in place until Wednesday morning. We'll be at 19. Well above freezing, but still cool on Wednesday, 64 on Thursday. Another front arrives, but this one will not be as strong for the weekend. Still chilly weekend, though, in store for us next weekend as well. We are going to be tracking the potential for that light icy glaze all day long. Meteorologist Mia Montgomery will be in a little bit longer. Make sure you have that KSAT weather app on hand, just in case we do a live stream or things like that. In fact, I'll do a live stream from the app around 10 o'clock.
I know a lot of people really appreciate those app streams, Sarah, that you do, especially when weather's kind of chaotic and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a great way to get right to the palm of your hand.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 8:22, 30 degrees outside. Zillow forecasting San Antonio will be one of the coolest housing markets this year. After the break, we'll see what this means for home buyers.
During freezing temperatures, KSAT can't be everywhere. So if you see something, snap and share it to KSAT Connect. Help us tell the story. You might just make it on air. Snap and share with KSAT Connect.
Listen up, home buyers. Zillow is predicting that San Antonio will be one of the coolest housing markets in the country this year, with home values and the number of owner-occupied households expecting to go down. So Zillow expects values to decline over 2%, along with Austin and Houston. It's actually a big difference for San Antonio, which ranked 13th on Zillow's list of the hottest projected markets for 2023. HEB is planning to open a store near UTSA's main campus. So the store will be on Babcock Road, right across the street from the resident lot 4 and the Science Research Labs. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation says construction is expected to start this July, with the store opening July next year. That's exciting for the Roadrunners. Do you want some cowboy ice cream to go with the cowboy breakfast? While it's too cold to think about ice cream right now, there's a new HEB ice cream flavor celebrating the 75th annual San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. That's really cool. This week, the rodeo unveiled the limited edition flavor that will consist of HEB's 1905 chocolate ice cream with pecans and chocolate cookie swirls. The Creaming Creations flavor will be sold at select South Texas stores. The rodeo, of course, is coming next month, and tickets are on sale. It's 8:27 and 30 degrees. 2024's Dream Week is underway. After the break, we'll hear from the founder of Dream Week, plus a live look at one of the MLK celebrations happening right now. And the Spurs tried to take the Bulls by the horns last night, but a spur-of-the-moment bucket closed out the game. We'll take a look at Trey Jones' new career record. That's coming up in sports. Good morning. It's 8:30 on Sunday, January 14th. If you're just waking up, make sure your coffee is extra hot this morning because, Sarah, like you said, it's going to just get colder throughout the morning.
Yeah.
We'll warm up in the afternoon, but then Monday is going to be the real
Sunday night into Monday, tonight into Monday, we are going to be seeing some areas of light mist and drizzle that'll freeze on contact and potentially impact bridges and overpasses. But again, that's a minor inconvenience that you just need to be extra careful for. I do not expect an ice storm that makes our power go out, things like that. So just pretty cold outside. And in fact, it is cold out there right now. Take a look outside with live cam. It is 30 cold degrees in San Antonio, and it's 31 in Converse, 27 in Boerne, 24 in Comfort, but the wind chill makes it feel like it is 16 degrees in Boerne, 20 in San Antonio, feels like it's 25 at Stinson and 27 in Rio Medina. Here's a look at this Arctic air timeline. So it's going to be much colder today. We're generally going to be in the 30s and breezy in San Antonio, so wind chills will be in the 20s. As for tonight, you might see some freezing drizzle before tonight, but the impacts will be tonight into tomorrow, where we could have an icy glaze on bridges and overpasses. That'll continue into Monday to start the holiday. Morning light glaze. If you have to go out and about, maybe you're going to the march, know that you'll want to be careful on those bridges and overpasses, and winds will be from the north still, and we'll have wind chills in the teens throughout the morning on Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Finally, Tuesday morning, a hard freeze is expected. Wednesday morning, a hard freeze is expected, and I expect single-digit wind chills on Tuesday morning as well. So there is a lot to uncover in the forecast. We're going to be talking about our winter weather advisory, our wind chill advisory, and when we finally will be warming up in San Antonio. Details ahead.
Sarah, thank you. The migrant crisis has drained Eagle Pass's emergency responders. The fire department implemented a new policy where they can only transport people if it's a very critical incident. The fire chief says the hospital there is often overwhelmed. So is the fire department. The city added a 5th ambulance specifically to help migrants. Firefighters are seeing migrants with broken bones, migrants doing CPR on each other, even drownings. The increased calls over the last few months are not only taxing on the department's resources, but on the mental health of the firefighters.
We need to get back to normal. It's the loss to the fire department, the lost revenue, I could care less. I care more about my personnel.
Like many other leaders on the border, the fire chief hopes the federal government comes up with a solution. In your morning headlines, congressional leaders have reached a deal on a short-term funding bill that will prevent a partial government shutdown through March. This marks the third short-term spending deal Congress has reached since September. House Speaker Mike Johnson is expected to brief House Republicans on the measure in a call this evening. Democrats and Republicans have been far apart in budget negotiations, with Republicans seeking significant spending cuts and saying they want action on border security before they will agree to any budget compromise. And the first litmus test of the 2024 presidential election is tomorrow. The latest poll shows former President Donald Trump holding on to a commanding lead over Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Poll data from CNN shows Trump leading with 48%. Haley is in second place at 20%, and DeSantis trails with 16%. The poll also shows 68% of caucus goers say their minds are already made up on who they support. The Iowa caucus is tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Wild card weekend can get wild. Teams hoping to make it to the next round of the NFL playoff, the Houston Texans, were looking to do just that, hosting the Cleveland Browns yesterday afternoon. After the teams traded touchdowns in the first quarter, Kareem Hunt takes the shovel pass straight up the middle. Oh, our video is paused there. I apologize for that. Well, this is what he does. He takes the defense up the middle and in for the touchdown. CJ Stroud dumped it off to Brevin Jordan, who uses his blockers and turns the Jets for a 76-yard touchdown. The stadium went wild. The Texans would take a 10-point lead into halftime. The impressive defense in the second half, Joe Flacco trying to throw it away, but Steven Nelson picked it off, taking 82 yards home. As the Texans dominate this wild card game, winning at 45-14, the head coach had a special message to his team in the locker room.
We're here. We talk about our moment. We talk about opportunity. Now, the biggest thing is, what do you do with it? Right? And it was all about just going out and just finishing, continuing to execute, continuing to finish. And that's what we did. We knew in the playoffs, games flipped at halftime. So if guys stayed locked in and stayed focused, and that's what we did. That's what I love about our team. Everybody was focused. Everybody was calm. We executed the proper way.
Okay, the Texans will have to wait for who wins tomorrow night's AFC wildcard game between the Steelers and Buffalo Bills to see who they'll play next week. But how about them Cowboys?
I think something important that we always talk about is you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So you know what, no matter what gets thrown at us, we got to be prepared. We got to be on our P's and Q's. We got to trust in our scheme. We trust in our training. At the end of the day, there's only one team who wins this thing. And to be on the other side, I haven't felt. I don't know what that's like, but I know it's going to take a lot of work. I know it's going to take dedication through everything I'm doing on the field, off the field, the choices I make, what I put in my body. It's all the little details. That's what's going to get us to that spot.
Let's go Cowboys. Ferguson and the Cowboys will kick off against the Packers this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Okay, the Spurs on a 2-game winning streak as they headed into their matchup with the Chicago Bulls, including former Spur DeMar DeRozan. Wemby didn't play. He was resting after a stellar game Friday night against the Hornets. So point guard Trey Jones stepped in, knocking down the corner three. He was on fire, scoring a career high 30 points. DeRozan throwing his weight around with pump-faking Jeremy Sohan for those 2 of his 20 points. The Bulls had an 18-point lead in the third quarter, but the Spurs, they tied it thanks to Keldon Johnson with a 3. But with less than a minute left, Bulls number 9 knocked down the corner's 3 to seal it, as Chicago would go on to win 122-116. But Trey Jones set a career record.
Shots were open, and I took them and made them. It wasn't anything specific. They're playing off of me a lot, and obviously know that I like to pass and get my teammates involved. So I'm just trying to take my shot when it was there, make them respect it. Shot was feeling good and going in, so that's always a good feeling. But as a team, we play really well, and it sucks not to get that win.
Go Spurs, go! Spurs will be facing Atlanta tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. It's 8:39, 30 degrees. Bundle up if you're heading out for your early morning taco run or going to church this morning, because it is cold. And Sarah Spivey says those freezing temps, well, they're going to be around for most of the morning. And tomorrow, it's going to be pretty much freezing all day. Hey, she's going to break down this Arctic blast forecast for us when we come back.
It's all about creating an environment where every single person is considered a genius.
Shokare Nakpodia was inspired to create Dream Week more than a decade ago after attending San Antonio's annual MLK March.
And we decided to maybe think about a way to extend that feeling of community that the march represents.
Nakpodia says San Antonio has responded so well to Dream Week that every year new events are created.
We call it the largest community curated event of its kind in the nation, possibly the world.
Dream Week events are not just for adults, but also aim to inspire the next generation to find their voice.
We want to make sure that we do not dismiss the possibility of having a new MLK in a 12-year-old child on the South Side. We want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to share their voices. If you want to experience something that you would never experience anywhere else, you need to come to Dream Week. If you want to find yourself, find your voice, be part of the community, really feel alive within a community, even if it's only for this brief duration you're here to visit, come to Dream Week.
For more information on the hundreds of events happening this year, go to KSAT.com. Mason Hickok, KSAT 12 News.
And the city's MLK Commission says all systems go for the 37th annual MLK March happening tomorrow. Despite those cold temps, members of the commission are watching the weather, of course, but want to make it clear that the MLK Day events, they are happening. It will start tomorrow with the march at 10 a.m. in front of MLK Academy. You can start lining up as early as 9 in the morning. And of course, that march goes all the way down MLK Drive, ending at Pittman Sullivan Park on Iowa Street off of New Braunfels Avenue. I know VIA is going to be doing a lot of park and rides from parking lots near St. Philip's and other locations. We have those also listed on our website at ksat.com.
Yeah, Sarah, not only will it be cold, but we could still have some lingering light freezing mist, light freezing drizzle. So just know that if you are planning on going out to the march, make sure to watch for those bridges and overpasses. That's the biggest impact I expect. Okay, I don't expect breaking trees, those kinds of things. It's not going to be that much ice, but still,
I had a
bridges
text
and
from someone there asking any closures at this point. We haven't heard any word on any closures with the city and schools.
Correct. Oftentimes with the roads, they will close down those bridges and overpasses just to be safe.
Right.
So we'll wait and see there. By Tuesday morning, there's not going to be any ice. Okay. It's just going to be cold. Okay. So unless they close because of the cold, I do not anticipate any closures from ice or anything like that on Tuesday.
Okay. Well, we'll keep everyone posted if something does happen, of course.
We will. All right. First, let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures. 30 degrees in San Antonio, but it's in the 20s in New Braunfels, 23 in Kerrville, 21 in Rock Springs. It's 29 out in Gonzales. So the colder air has moved on through. It's yet to move through Laredo and Corpus Christi, but the cold core of air really kind of moving in from the northeast here. You can see that areas east of San Antonio more cold than areas west of San Antonio. And we've got areas of where the wind chill's in the teens this morning because of that stout wind from the northeast. 16 is what it feels like in New Braunfels. It feels like it's 15 in Kerrville. Feels like it's 9 in Fredericksburg. Feels like it's 20 here in San Antonio. Wider view across the state, 8 degrees in Lubbock, 11 in Abilene, 2 degrees in Amarillo, and 14 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth. Of course, the wind chill making it feel even colder than that outside. As for our day here in San Antonio, we're going to be cold all day long. By noon, we're still going to be at freezing. We'll have wind chills in the 20s. By about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're still going to be in the 30s, just slightly above freezing. 36 degrees for the high, wind chills in the upper 20s. We'll have winds from the northeast today, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. You may see some areas of light drizzle during the day today, but it isn't until this evening that we could have some impacts from that freezing drizzle that will develop. Again, impacts will be limited to elevated surfaces. You will probably see a light glazing of ice on things like signs or your grill or your car if it's parked outside. And we'll have to watch out for bridges and overpasses. This is a look overnight, right at about 4 o'clock in the morning, early tomorrow morning. Areas of freezing light rain for all of us around the San Antonio metro area, including Hondo, Bandera, Sisterdale, Kerrville, Canyon Lake, New Braunfels, Seguin, Floresville, Pleasanton, Gonzales, and Nixon Smiley, as well as out toward Hallettsville toward tomorrow morning. We were talking about the march. Right around the time of the march, we are still going to likely have a few spits and drizzles of that freezing light rain. Then by noon, all of that will be out of here, and it's just going to be a cold Monday. We may not get above freezing on Monday, okay? We're forecasting 33 in San Antonio, but areas could stay below freezing just outside of the city center. That means that temperatures would likely be below freezing for 48 hours or more in some of these places. So that's why you had to take those freeze precautions with your pipes and things like that. Going to stay below freezing for quite a while. Different story out west, where tomorrow we'll get up to about 45. Minor icy impacts. Anywhere you see this light pink color, that's where I expect minor icy impacts to bridges, overpasses, elevated surfaces for all of us around the KSAT 12 viewing area, with the exception of folks out toward Del Rio. The more moderate ice impacts will be up near Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, across parts of Mississippi. That's where there are winter storm warnings, which is one step above a winter weather advisory. We do, however, have a wind chill advisory in effect. Tuesday morning is when you're really going to feel the wind chills the most. We'll be in the low 20s and teens, but wind chill values will be as low as 4 in San Antonio, as low as below 0 in the hill country. That is brutal and dangerous wind chills, even for us. You know, that is, even for up north, a wind chill advisory is a big deal. So keep that in mind. We are going to keep you posted. Barely above freezing tomorrow. Tuesday morning, 21, 35 Tuesday. Wednesday morning, another hard freeze, our last hard freeze in the 7-day forecast here, 45. A brief warm up into the 60s on Thursday, but we cool right back down by the weekend. Our highs will only be 40 in the 40s on Saturday, but that's warm in comparison to what we're going to be dealing with the next couple of days.
Nothing to panic about.
Absolutely. I think just stay warm and be careful if you have to drive over bridges and overpasses.
Thank you, Sarah. It is 8:51, 30 degrees outside. Tomorrow on GMSA, hey, if you're planning on going out to the MLK March, we have one of the largest MLK marches. Organizers say it's the largest in the country. It is kicking off tomorrow at 10 a.m. in front of MLK Academy down to Pittman Sullivan Park. I will be there live all morning, starting at 5 a.m. Every half hour, we're going to be live on social media. We'll let you know about everything you need to know if you plan on heading out to the march tomorrow. Just a quick reminder for those of you that are out on the roads, this is a live look right now at Loop 1604 and Judson Road. And we're taking this look, not saying that anything's happening. We're actually looking for TxDOT trucks because they're started at 8 o'clock this morning, brining the roads, treating them in preparation for possible ice tomorrow morning. Like Sarah Spivey has been saying all morning, not really on the roads, but on elevated structures and bridges. Another reminder, construction closure is happening until 5 a.m. at I-10 to UTSA Boulevard to La Cantera Parkway, Loop 1604 to Vance Jackson at La Cantera Parkway. You can, of course, find all this information on KSAT.com.
Only in the 30s today with wind chills in the 20s. Then late tonight into tomorrow morning, a light icy glaze from freezing drizzle and light freezing rain is going to perhaps cause some nuisance issues on bridges and overpasses. Staying very cold through Wednesday morning. Keep those freeze preps in place.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Stay informed on our KSAT app and go Cal.